The Center for Promotion of Private Enterprise is calling for a removal of the electronic evaluator and electronic invoicing introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Central Bank of Nigeria said effective February the 1st, all imports and export operations would require the submission of an electronic invoice authenticated by authorized dealer banks on this Nigeria Single Window Price Portal Trade Monitoring System. The CPPE says the e-invoice and e-evaluator policy will increase transaction costs, entrench red tape, increase uncertainty, and escalate business disruption. And as we're always giving the challenging topics to our Rise business analyst, Chika Mbonu, he joins us now to discuss yet another one again. Chika, good morning to you. Welcome back to Lagos. I'm fine, sir. Good to have you. Yes, indeed. So, Chika, as usual, what do you make of this? Maybe you can tell us the CBN's point of view with this.
CBN believes that it's their work, because of the scarcity of foreign exchange in our country, and therefore we must get value for our money. For every dollar that we pay for imports, we should get value for that.
Right.
That CBN believe, and CBN also believe that there's substantial, over invoicing in the system, especially in the last 30 years plus. Now, as I have an idea also that may exist in the system, in the issue of over-invoices. Over-invoicing basically says that the good that you're bringing to Nigeria is worth $1 million in value.
Yeah.
But the invoice you're sending to Nigeria is about $2 million or $3 million.
Yeah.
So upfront, we're getting good worth $1 million in value, but the country is losing $3 million in foreign exchange. That's basically what it's saying. And Central Bank is saying, therefore, that they want to introduce a system whereby they can internationalize the price of commodities or the price of imports and give a reference benchmark. And 2.5% up or below that, from M's to not be registered for import. And the reverse also for export, in the sense that, we want to make sure so that we're getting the right price for the commodities that leave Nigeria,
right,
and to end us foreign exchange. Again, plus or minus 2.5%. And that will make sure that the country gets value for the scarce foreign exchange,
right,
that we have. That's basically the summary of the CBN initiative, okay, in that respect. And then, apart from also things that have to do with, data gathering, making information, unify information in the whole Nigeria and the banking system, and reduce the multiplicity of import bids in several banks, and so on and so forth along that line. That's basically what CBN point of view is. Now, the CPPE, is responsible for promoting or the welfare or of international trade or the business people in Nigeria, is saying that it's onerous because the importers in Nigeria in doing international trade are already, bedeviled with so many challenges. And the challenges in trade process in Nigeria include things like, overlapping regulations by different agencies, over documentation in the ports, weak use of technology, physical or manual examination of goods, blind side extortion, even weaker set to the ports, transportation system, logistics weak, to the ports. So the WTO, the DG, who happens to be our sister, and said that those costs, total to about 304% of tariff on international trade in Nigeria, and that's a limiting factor. And so this CPP is saying that as it is now, we have CBN on one hand saying that over invoicing, you have custom, who are those punching the international traders already on the basis of saying they're on the value win.
Okay.
Remember, custom, even though they're supposed to be facilitating trade in Nigeria, they're chasing revenue.
Right.
Unfortunately, saying that importers are undervaluing. Remember, the higher the invoice,
right,
the higher the duty custom will will charge.
Collect, right.
And so a lot of importers are complaining that when their goods even come in Nigeria, the custom, abandons the prices on the pro forma invoices they brought in and scales them up for the purpose of duty calculation.
Wow.
So you have CBN on one hand saying that, and then custom saying that's on the valuation. In addition to that, there were some other arguments they put out there. The international trade is usually, terms of international trade are usually between the buyer and seller. Buyer abroad, for example, if it's like buyer in Nigeria and the seller abroad for imports. And so the price of a commodity of those imports will determine at each time on the basis of relationship. I don't expect somebody who has a relationship with an importer for 30 years to have the same price with somebody who just started.
Right.
And the market conditions also. And that CBN, if you don't, this will hurt the CBN process, because CBN says if those prices are not plus 2.5% of the benchmark, the Form M, which is a tool for commencement of trade in Nigeria, will not be registered. And when there's no Form M, there's no import or export.
Right.
And that's a major issue.
Okay.
The same CBN is not looking at the fact that trade relationships are between buyer and supplier. And the relationships can affect price over the last 10, 15 years compared to somebody who's just in relation now. Or even country of origin can affect pricing. And the CBN has put all those in a basket to make sure that this new system works. At the same time also, even issue of export. Now, Nigerian exports, for example, the cocoa farmers I've read, are complaining that they have to give discount to be able to push their products abroad.
Yeah.
And so these discounts will push their prices outside the CBN range.
That 2.5% range. Got you.
And that would mean also that Form Ms will not be registered.
Right.
And, so the basket, the combination, the mix of all this will cause confusion for the trading system. And the suggestion is that the CBN should actually meet and consult with everybody, including custom, to make sure that this works for the good of our country.
Right.
The good of our country is that let's get value for every foreign exchange that leaves our country.
Yep.
And then let's also get value for every product that leaves our country to be brought into Nigeria. But you see, the overhang, Rotus, in all this, is why would somebody over-invoice on an invoice?
Take advantage of something.
To take advantage of something. It's because of the arbitrage value in the foreign exchange market.
Yeah.
In the sense that there's a CBN rate and there's a so-called free market rate of a premium of about more than 100 naira. And so if you get an advantage in the CBN rate and take it out and bring it back, if you take $1 million, you can have 100 million naira immediately.
Right.
And so, which is even more than the profit.
On the goods that
so those are the issues. The same thing with the exporters also. They are forced to sell their products at CBN rate, whereas they can get it at the industrial rate. And so a lot of things are done to make sure they don't bring the dollars into Nigeria the way they're supposed to bring it, to make sure they get the arbitrage value. So it is those distortions in the FX system and the trading system that cause this challenge. And I think everybody just have to put in their heads together for the good of our country, as I keep preaching, to make sure that the country gets value for everything, either exports or imports.
Excellent breakdown, Chika. Thank you so much. Just a minute to go. CRR debit. I think the banks are not smiling.
I mean, a lot of the CEOs have complained to me before now.
Yeah.
A CEO told me that, can I believe that 6% of his deposits is in CRR? So for every 100 naira he gets, he pays interest on 100 naira, and 60 naira it goes to central bank, and with no interest on it. What the CBN has to do is carry out its functions, liquidity management functions for different reasons. Remember, our cash ratio is 7.5.
Yep.
Indeed, in this respect, CBN checked the CRR from a lot of banks, and some of them were substantially below 7.5, and I adjusted it in the normal course of their work to mark it up to the 7.5, and that's what actually has happened. But CBN has to continue to manage liquidity.
Have to do their work. All right, business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, as always, thank you so much for breaking down these issues for us. We appreciate your time.